product innovation strategy as well as a detailed technology roadmap. And you are going to see most of those presentations in general sessions as well as in the booths, which align as well as giving a future roadmap for the technology of SCDC. And all the products are going to run a team, and that team will be business process automation and workflow efficiencies. So most of the products that we are rolling out as value-add products on top of SCDC's main core framework align with that thought process. And you will see that as we go through the presentations. The first one that we are talking about, so the presentation will be on this screen. Whenever we switch to the live demo, it's going to go onto the side screens. One of the main products that is a focus product for us in the upcoming release is Business Rules Engine. I would like to take a few minutes to talk about what the concept is and try to provide the details and the vision of that one. Business Rules Engine is more of a workflow automation product in the existing business process within the utility. If you look at service order processing, you have your arrangements process, delinquent process, cutoffs process. All these are independent business processes that convert into a workflow at the utility. Now our goal is to create a platform that actually automates all those processes, makes them highly configurable products so that utilities can configure them for their business policies and procedures and not call SCDC for parameter logic. We would like to reduce the parameter combinations as much as possible. How many of you are aware so many parameters are in the system, like Michael was saying, 100 million lines of code. Every time somebody comes to us and says that let's add a specific logic that is for our utility. In that 100 million lines of code, we have to take a batch and say that, okay, if parameter 44 is turned on, let us run this logic. And that combination keeps on going over a period of time. And we are trying to make our code base more streamlined. And that is one of the vision behind this process. And if you look at the workflow efficiencies that it creates, it's going to add a lot of value to the utility, and it's highly configurable. And it makes sure that when a policy is enforced by the utility, it is consistent across all the channels. The example that I'm going to talk about, the arrangement system, when we look at the current state of the system, when a consumer calls through an IVR channel, it has its own set of parameters. When consumer goes to the portal to create the same arrangement, it behaves differently. When consumer calls a CSR, then the process is different because at that point it's subjective. My grandfather's friend might have called the CSR, so I need to give a better arrangement. I don't know. Those things could be coming into play which are more subjective. So our goal, when we onboarded this business process rules engine or created this platform, is to make those policies enforced consistently across all the channels of the business process. And that's what you're going to see today. And our future vision of this platform, which is a value-add product for our customers, is to onboard as many processes as possible, like delinquents, cutoffs, maybe service orders someday, I don't know. But that's the vision we are trying to drive. And it makes it very easy for utility to configure and set their own business policies. No more parameters. That's the greatest thing that I would like to hear, because then we need to maintain less code. And we are going to empower the utilities to make the changes as they want. So I think at this point, we'd like to move to the next one. Now, how did we do it? Like Michael was talking about, this release, we have done it differently. Typically, SCDC engages with its customers after the product has been released, then goes for a feedback, go to the beta cycle, then we hear a lot more feedback and say that wish we had this change. The product would have been much better. We tried to do it a little differently this time. We engaged and worked with the utilities in the development life cycle. So that some of the customers who got engaged with us during this process actually are part of the development team. They contributed as a developer or a designer how the product should be designed to make best use of the feature set. And thank you all to the customers who actually contributed in that cycle. And hopefully the rules engine is going to create the real value that we are hoping for. Let's talk about how the system works. I'm going to show the live demo, so we may want to switch to the side screens. So the business process rules configuration is going to be the driver for the entire system. When we talk about the business process automation, the first process we brought on board is the arrangement. Again, the goal is to enforce a policy consistently across all channels of the business process. IVR, portal, as well as the UPN. What we did to start with that is identify